Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and last time we did a bunch of probe missions. Last several times we did a bunch of probe missions, and all those transmissions got us a huge amount of science, 2,800. I'm just poking around on the tech tree here to see what we want to buy. I think I want to buy bigger engines, bigger fuel tanks would definitely be good. Bigger engine plate might be a good idea. Bigger everything, sure. We're going big because we're sending people to Jewel, and Duna. But I mean, Jewel is where the big stuff might might come in handy here. 3-person pod, not super necessary. We only have room for one more unlock. Not really seeing what I want. Mobile processing lab. Not really planning on taking it, to be honest. It's more of a get ready. Bigger SRBs. Tell you what, let's just buy them and be down to 37 science and be happy. Okay, next time we're building a Duna ship. Wait, that's this time. And that ship is this one. Squat little ship. Sorry, it's launching at night. That's just the way it works sometimes. If you look here, we've got the Kerbal National Space Station targeted. This one up here, and this is an ejection to Duna. We're going to launch our ship, and I've launched it a couple times, and it always tends to kind of have an apoapsis here, and then our periapsis under the ground here. So I'm hoping that we'll end up with an orbit kind of like this, and then we'll be able to just burn out to Duna from here. That's the goal. Let's see if that actually happens. Let's hit T. Let's hit space. Let's tilt it over very slightly just on launch and let it go. We've got 4 skippers on the bottom here and a single mastodon in the center for a little bit of extra beef off the pad. This ship has, on the surface, it's about 3, but it's actually about 3,300 meters per second, and it basically gets us into orbit. It gets our apoapsis a little bit higher than it should be, and our periapsis right around ground level is the goal. We should probably have this out so we can kind of see where we're going and get things set up about right. I'm just going to follow the prograde, and I'm going to watch our apoapsis and push up or down as it's necessary. So far, I don't really feel the need to do that. Looks like maybe start pushing down a little bit just to get our tilt over as early as is reasonable. Not as early as is possible, because that's right off the pad, but as early as is reasonable, which might be a little bit more than that. The ship under this fairing here is designed to get to Duna, send a lander down, bring that lander back up, and then send it back down to another location. There are 2 locations on Duna. We don't know what they are yet because we never got in orbit around Duna because we crashed our probe into Ike, if you recall. Raffo is coming along. He's our newest recruit. He's a 2-star engineer, and his job is going to be in the orbiter. Sadly, he's not going to be landing. The lander is going to be Ojin, who actually went to Moho, so he gets to pull double duty. He's the lucky Kerbal who gets to do probably the most in this series. Don't worry, anybody else who has submitted a name, your name will be going to Jewel probably, and if you don't go to Jewel, you will be going to the Comet. Those are the last two things left to do, and you're going to be doing one of them. That's just that's the way it works. We've got about 800 meters per second to go. We're going to be above orbital velocity when we burn that all up. We are getting an apoapsis almost out of the atmosphere. Our periapsis is very quickly climbing, which is nice. I'm just pegging this thing at the horizon here. There's no reason to add velocity in any direction other than parallel to gravity, so we get the most out of it. And we now are done. Let's go ahead and lock this thing to prograde just so it holds itself, and then check our orbit. That looks pretty good. Our periapsis is going to be just about where we wanted it to be, which is nice. Okay, this is looking good. So, yeah, I sent Ojin along just because I want a 3-star scientist to get the most out of the Duna science, because this is the last science we're going to be building a ship with probably. So anything else we want to buy, we want the most science possible from it. That said, this isn't really a science mission, so I don't know how much science we're actually going to get, but we are going to collect it all. Let's see, if we do this way. I want to do this burn at the time that gets our periapsis right where we want it to be, which is right here. It's 84 kilometers. I'd like it to be around 100. 97, there's 100, and it's about where we want it. So that should be perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and aim at that. Let's also ditch, let's hit X to do this. Let's ditch the fairings. Let's ditch the empty stage here. Then we'll be able to turn a lot faster. And with a lot less battery power used. Let's also extend this and this solar panel. I'm doing these manually as opposed to extending all solar. Did I just click extend all solar? No, I extended that one. Oh, never mind. That was a previous build. I could have extended all solar. These are the only two extendable solar panels. I had a build of this ship that had a probe on the top, but I decided that RAFO is fully capable of taking this probe off here, or this relay antenna off here, and sticking them to the side when the time comes. And then that way we'll be able to keep this antenna on the way home and have comms on the way home. I will happily admit I did this entire mission already with a slightly different ship, just to make sure everything would be fine. I had time where I could play, but I couldn't record, and I figured, why not test the ship out? So this is more showing you what I'm gonna do. I didn't do the whole mission. I just did a landing and a back up to make sure the lander worked. I got to Duna. I got home. I made sure all that happened. So the actual doing the stuff I haven't done yet. Where did I leave the other ship? It's over there. So, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, let's get to our circularization burn. Well, not circularization, our get to orbit burn. This is a cheetah on the bottom here. It's kind of weak, but very efficient engine. I do enjoy it. Doesn't really mesh well with the rest of the ship. It's hard to put a cheetah on a lot of fuel tanks and make it look good. It's one of those things that the restock mod is for, but I'm not using restock. I actually like the way the stock stuff looks generally. It's just I wish they'd paid a little more attention to things like how the paint jobs work together. But we're a couple days before the actual launch window. I wanted to get these guys up into orbit. Let's see, what is our, I actually had it up. There's our periapsis. Let's just get it up to 100. There we go. That's what we said we wanted. And then all we got to do here is we don't need this target anymore. I want to unset you as a target, and then let's add our own maneuver node to Duna. And there it is, 950 meters per second. For some reason, it decided to focus on the sun, which is never good. Let's go ahead and focus back on ourselves. There we go. And it's right where we wanted it to be. It's in 3 days, so let's go ahead and hit F5 and warp to it. "26 seconds shy." That's less than ideal, but I think we're going to go anyway. That's also definitely not... in any way, shape, or form the maneuver node we want to be burning on. Or maybe it is? No, that's impossible. It is. Wow. Okay. Well, that's not something I expected. This didn't happen in testing. Control from here and control point forward or up, I guess. I'm going to hit F9. This did not happen in testing. Okay, let's do this manually. Let's warp around. Make sure we're aiming forward. When we're aiming forward, we're at where the burn is. Yeah, it's just we're moving so fast here. That's weird. Like this here is 4 minutes away, and if we have a 4-minute burn, then yeah. So I guess that's just it. Maybe I should have figured out a way to get these engines to help with the burn, but oh well. That's why you don't warp too fast. Okay, a couple time warp attempts later, we are finally 5 minutes away from the actual burn. 2, 1, 0, and yeah. See, this looks better. I don't know what the problem was before. I really don't, but this feels better already. Maybe when I watch the footage, I'll see it. Or you can comment. Either way works for me. Let's go ahead and get this thing started here. And I should have no trouble 4 times time warping it because we got some structural integrity going on. Never a bad thing. And yeah, it's a pretty simple ship. It's got all the science on it. It's got an antenna. It has 2 antennas right now, but this is going to be stuck to the side of the actual ship during the actual mission. Raphael's not going to be doing that until we're ready to go. That's like the last thing you do before the lander starts going down. The lander's a bit beefy because the entire thing needs to go down and come back up. It's a single stage from orbit back to orbit from landing. So it definitely needs the beef to land, precision land, and also come back up. So it's got all that. In addition to the mystery goo, it's got 2 antennas. It's got 2 parachutes on it, which aren't enough to actually stop it, but it is enough to slow it down enough so that just a little bit of engine fire will actually do it. Okay, I'm going to turn off the warp. We're going to hit map mode, and we're going to watch ourselves get this close. I'm going to watch this more than this, I think. Make sure we're at about the right spot. Maybe I'll be watching. I'm not locking it to the maneuver node, which is bad. And for some reason I can't time warp, or I can't warp myself out. So let's assume this is good, I guess. It's weird. It's not letting me warp out past Kerbin's sphere of influence. Oh, no, that's sun. Okay, that's why. I'm just a stupid person. Okay, let's check here our closest approach. Yeah. And let's... And I wish these orbit lines didn't go freak out. I know that that's like a thing. It's just... an annoying thing. Okay, so we need to modify our burn here. Let's see if we slow down a little bit. 804, 424. So this is going down. Yeah, so these go down about the same. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, so we're already there. Let's now focus on Duna. And see how we're going. Now we want to come in around where the poles are. North or south pole, doesn't really matter. And we're going to arrow brake. And then we're going to get into an orbit that's kind of tilted like this. That's our goal. Because I know that the 2 anomalies, we can't see them yet, but I know that they're between the polar caps. So as long as we have an orbit that goes from polar cap to polar cap, we should be fine. That's the whole reasoning here. So let's do this. I think we can do all of this here. This is looking pretty good. And that's pretty good right there, to be honest. Let's go ahead and go, oops. Let's do this to go away a little bit and come down just a teeny bit. That should be perfect. And we want our periapsis to be probably around 16 or 17. I don't know exactly. But that's the best we think we can do. I guess we could use this. Yeah, 17 is probably just about perfect. Let's turn on trajectories just for the fun of it and see what it says is going to happen. I don't know if it'll actually tell me because it's pretty far away. Yeah, it's telling me what happens as soon as we hit the atmosphere and then nothing else. So we'll have to wait until we're in the sphere of influence to make sure. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And I have a choice to make. I could either go to Joule or we can finish this mission. And I think we're going to finish this mission. We're going to also, well, we'll leave the transfer window up just in case. But this maneuver node is 284 days away. So guess what we're going to do? We are going to hit M. We are going to find Kerb in here. We're going to warp to it and hit F2. Oh, that was quick. It's a lot faster than I thought was going to happen. But oh well. We still have a moderately decent burn here. Did not quite survive the transfer through the sphere of influence. Let's go ahead and do that, and then once we get into the sphere of influence, we'll worry about that. Okay. Also, these fuel tanks need to be kicked after 643 meters per second. Which is going to be actually means we're going to be keeping them for a while. We're doing a little bit better than we had been doing, than I did in my testing, which is nice. I almost had to drop these before we sent the lander down. This is a slightly smaller craft because it doesn't have the probe on the top, just the antenna. And should probably be looking at it here. Apparently these last meter per second is the important one. Let's go ahead and throttle this guy way down. I do have verniers on this thing to push it backwards a little bit if we need to, but I have to use the main engine to go forwards. And I'm going to make it right at 17. Let's turn trajectories on now and see what it says. Yeah, it still only shows me when we reach the thing. So let's go ahead and now hit F5 and warp to here. Once we get in the sphere of influence, it should, oh, look at that swirly. It should tell us what's going to happen here. There we go. So now, if we allow this to happen, we are going to land, which is, I'm going to say, bad. So let's go ahead and go radial out. It's not going to take very much fuel to fix this, because we did most of it far away. This is just tweaks that you expect to happen. Now, yeah, that's fine. We're going to come in, we'll burn, and then down here we're going to we'll fix our periapsis. So that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, protocol says not only do we go into surface mode and say retrograde, but we also retract all solar panels and close the trajectories window. That's part of protocol, is closing the trajectories window. Duna is somewhere in front of us. Don't actually see it. Let's see where our ship is. Yeah, it should be dead. Oh, wait. Yeah, our surface retrograde is currently crazy compared to our... Yeah, so let's go orbit retrograde. We want to be surface retrograde, though, during the encounter. So let's go ahead and warp right to... I can't actually tell exactly where it is. Let's warp to here. We should probably do an EVA. Maybe we'll do it on the way out. There we go. Ojin, get out. Do your job. Get that EVA report. Oh, I figured out why I don't get why why I wasn't getting EVA Science. The Science mod was giving it to me anyway. I just got the EVA Science even though I didn't bring an EVA kit. It's a little bit of a cheat, but frankly, I don't care enough to to try to fix it. Let's go ahead and warp right to the beginning of the atmosphere here. And now we're going to go into surface mode retrograde. And now it's just enjoy the show, I suppose. As we slide over the landscape here in a ball of fire. Right over the tallest mountains, which is a little daunting. Oh, it's nice. It shows the trajectory still, and it shows that they're not even flickering, so we know that we're right. But as soon as we get into orbit, I need to go back to the back to mission control. And you know what else we could do? Once we get up to about 45, we'll say 40 kilometers. We'll kick Ojin back out to do another EVA report. Might as well get the high experimental air science. Okay, go ahead and hop out one more time. Duna's upper atmosphere. Nicely done. All in the name of science. Let's see. So we gotta get to here, give or take, before we can time warp for reals. I don't actually know what the atmosphere is. It looks like it's actually close to 50 grand. There we go. So now we can turn trajectories off for the time being. And add our apoapsis, which we still have a relay right now, so we can add this maneuver here to get our periapsis out of the atmosphere. 65 is perfectly fine by me. Although, you know what? Let's make it 80 so we have some leeway. And warp to it. Oh, like, why is it such a long burn? Because our thrust is limited down to like 1%. So now let's do this. Oh yeah, we have tons of fuel. And done. Okay. Now at our periapsis, we'll bring our apoapsis down to that same 80. Right around there somewhere should be good. Still aimed at it, which is nice. Might as well get a nice screenshot here. Don't know if this will be the one, but it could be. All these gravity scans are nice. Almost looks like a dust storm down there, but I don't think it is. Although I guess it could be. I don't know if the clouds are modeled on here in the mod, in the whichever mod I'm using. I don't even remember. And we're done. Okay, Raffo, you have one job. That job is to get out, go into construction mode, take this thing, and stick it. You can't stick it radially. Oh, you can stick it on these things radially, but not this one. And it doesn't say why, just you can't, so that's fine. So go ahead and stick it on here, right? Can I hit C? Yes, I can, to clip. Or not to clip, to, yeah, I saw green for a second. Yeah, you can put it here. Oh, I think it's clipping with the vernier engine is the problem, but okay. We'll just stick it right here for now. That's fine. Okay, and then get out of that mode and get back on. Get back in. Okay, now. Ojin, right? Ojin's a scientist, obviously. You're going to transfer into here. We are going to make sure your fuel is here. It is. We are then going to decouple you from the main ship and head back to the Space Center because I just remembered I wanted to accept those contracts. And here we are. Investigate Cydonia and investigate something shiny on Duna. Those are they. Let's, I mean, we could probably, I don't want to do any deployed science exploration plus land on Duna. Well, I mean, we're doing it. Might as well. And we're not doing any of these things. We're not going to be landing on Ike. Manned return from orbit of Duna. Yeah, we're going to be doing that. Might as well take that. Field research. Nah. Flag planting. Plant a flag on Duna. We're going to be doing that. We're not doing any of these. I mean, we could just take these. Especially the Comet one. The Comet one's free money because you don't even have to move the Sentinel around. But you know what? We don't need the money, so why bother? Why bother? Let's go ahead and head back to our ship and see what's up. Okay, what's up is we're exactly where we left off before. By the way, just so you know, we have a docking port on the back of this guy. He's got 2 Terriers. The top's got all the science because it's light, and then this is the heavy part. Makes launching a little bit of a bear, but it's not too bad. Okay, planet rotates this way, so this, while it's a moderate target right now, this is actually the better target, but it's at night, which kind of sucks, but I think we're going to do it anyway. At our... Actually, like right here in about a minute. We're going to do a maneuver. Need to turn on trajectories. Sucks that this is going to be at night, but the way the orbital mechanics worked out, it's just the way it's going to be. So we're going to come down fairly aggressively. And honestly, the north-south looks pretty good too, but I think we're going to go up just a little bit. And maybe a little bit further back. I don't really expect the parachutes to help very much as far as slowing down. So that should allow us to do a propulsive landing. I want to go forward just a little bit. Because you can have leeway forward, but you can't have leeway back. So let's go ahead and aim at that. It's not going to put us anywhere around our vessel, which is nice. We can't warp to it because we're less than a minute away. Oh, we need to... That's annoying. I'll have to fix that. Because I want the parachutes to go when I want them to go. This is one thing you can do without an engineer. You can reset the parachutes, disarm them, and then add a stage Do this at another stage, and now the parachutes are ready to go. They'll go normally. So we're going to go into surface mode. We are going to go retrograde. We're going to delete our maneuver node while we still can, while we have comms, and we are going to go into the black of night here and come on down to our target, which I should make a target. And there is our something shiny up ahead of us. Yeah, this target is showing where we would land if there was no air. This is where we would land if there is air. And then we're going to ideally land here because of parachutes plus engine. I am going to hit F5 here because if we land more than a couple kilometers away, it's going to be a huge pain. And I don't want it to be a huge pain. We kind of need to land, get it done, and get back in the air so that we get back to the mothership before it goes too far away on its orbit. We don't want to have to wait an entire orbit, an entire day to get back down. But we are on our way down. The little target is moving slowly. We are a minute away, minute and a half away, according to the tracking here. I really wish it wasn't so dark, but there's not much I can do about it. We're definitely could be aimed better. That looks better. Let's get ourselves retrograde surface. That's looking much better. Yeah, that's almost dead on. Okay, our target is coming right away. That should be fine. Yeah, this ship has a ton of Delta V. I'm really not concerned about that. We could even do a short hop. Actually going to pop the chutes right now. Probably should have tweaked them already, but we want the minimum pressure to be as low as possible. A little concerned about our speed, to be honest. But this is actually looking really good. Yeah. We're currently 4 kilometers away. If I do this and this... Yeah, that pulls me back away, sadly. Yeah, we'll just have to accept it, at least until we land. But I think we'll be within 2 kilometers, I think. So it kind of looks like the downslope's going to be this way based on the target. You kind of use the target to see that the downslope's going to be this way because the bottom of the target is clipped into the ground. Oh yeah, we're within 2 kilometers right now and we're getting closer, so we might be within 1 kilometer, which would be awesome. Yeah, we're going to be within 1 kilometer. Nice. Okay, we are moments from the ground. We're going 19 meters per second here. hard to tell exactly how close we are. I'd like to be going under 10 meters per second. I'd love to be going under 7 meters per second. But I don't want to use too much fuel doing it. Just being very shy on the controls here. I think this will be perfect. Ready to hit X when the time comes. I might tap it with the shift key just for a second, right at the end. And get up right. There we go. We are upright, and we are 913 meters. We're within a kilometer of the target, which is awesome. Let's turn this trajectory thing off. I wish I hadn't remembered to do it. Actually, we could turn it off completely, because we won't need it on the way back up. Okay, go ahead and hop out. Let's get away from the ship a little bit. Plant a flag. Now, we're not going to keep on the ground, even though they fixed that bug. I don't care enough. Go ahead and take it down. Get your thing out, and let's hit the space bar and get going. You can turn your own personal lights on, I guess. Now, Duna is very tricky when it comes to EVA packs. In that you're very difficult to not ragdoll when you land. Oh, yeah, he ragdolled when he landed. What a curiosity this thing is. Did I just hit a rock, by the way? I thought that was, like, very badly placed scatter, but did they change? They did. It's like on the rock here. That's not, this isn't the way this looked like last time I was here. It was just sticking out of the ground. Can I clip? I can't clip through the rock. Maybe I can clip this way. Yeah, it's the model just ends there. So the rocket must be part of the model now. That's kind of crazy. Can I get an EVA sample? No. Huh. Okay, well, let's go. Let's get back home. Well, back to the ship at least. Now, I definitely don't want to ragdoll too much on the way back to the ship. I can ragdoll past the ship a little bit. And I think I've already done too much. How are we doing on EVA propellant as well? That's an important... That's an important metric of success here, is the amount of EVA propellant spent. Yeah, see, the thing is we're going up a hill, too. So I have to be careful with that. Yeah, see, like, you just counteract gravity. Oh, that was too much. But, hey, we're sliding towards the ship. And they definitely did fix the ragdolling. Well, They made the ragdolling less annoying by causing it to happen less. Like, you recover faster from it, which is nice. Okay, where's our door? There's our door. Yeah, I could not stop him from falling. Okay, let's go ahead and get you to that door. Okay, hop in. Let's find our orbiter here, set that as the target, and we actually just want to go towards it, which is, that's anti. So T, Z, we want to go this way, and we want to get a little bit of air first. also want to close the... It's very important that I don't get too overzealous with my turn here. Oops, I didn't want that up. Because this thing is aerodynamically stable backwards. Something important. Please make a note of it. I really want to click this. There you go. Thank you. So we need to be careful. But also get this thing over. When we get our apoapsis up to 60, this looks pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with it. When we get our apoapsis up to 60, I need to kill the engine. So I'm going to kind of get this thing as far sideways as possible. I mean, the atmosphere is so thin that it doesn't really matter. There is some clouds on Duna. Okay, apoapsis is 60. Oh, well. We're definitely losing a lot of speed due to drag, more than I expected. We are pretty low though, so I guess it makes sense. But I mean, we have 1,200 meters per second, so it's not like we're in any danger here. And now we're barely losing anything. And this whole thing was done at night, which really sucks, but watch Superfluous J fly by instruments. Okay, now somehow got my caps lock on. Let's go ahead and what's our descending node? Not bad, not bad at all. Let's go ahead and get our apoapsis up. We can't. Okay, let's go ahead and aim prograde. What's our periapsis? 22. Now it's at 45, 49, 52. Okay, now we're descending node, so we want to aim normal. Might as well fix that while we're here. Still got a grand in the tank, so we are in no danger whatsoever. Okay, and now it's all about burning somewhere around here, ideally. Oh, jeez. It's all about getting comms, which we'll get eventually, which we have now. Okay, burning here to meet over there. That's retrograde. Let's try prograde. That'll probably work better. There we go. Yeah, so we want to go forward at least in orbit, I think. Yeah. One more orbit. Maybe give it a little more prograde. You could probably do it around here. And then meet him there. I think that'll be perfect. .3 kilometers. I should probably be doing it with this tool. It's a lot more precise. 0.1 kilometers. Perfect. Let's make sure we're aimed at it. And yeah, don't expect anything here because this is the burn to get us in the right orbit. It's a 0.8 second burn, so I'm going to actually start it a little bit early so I can do it a little bit slower. Luckily, we have comms, so I can delete that node, and now do this. 0.1. Perfect. Okay, so we're heading this way. So we want to warp to about here. And then go target retrograde when the time comes. There's our target. That made it worse. I tried to fix it and I made it worse. Okay, let's accept 100 meters in 3.5 minutes. Let's fly past our target. We didn't really fly past it. Let's aim at it and get moving at it just a little bit here. There we go. Now let's aim away from it. I think that was the opposite of what I wanted to do. Yeah, I want to be going like right around there. Yeah, when you're moving slow and it takes you a while to get to your destination, things tend to. This might be another cool screenshot here. If only the sun agreed with me. I'll take the shot anyway. Okay. And this should be fine from here. Well, let the station's going to take over from here and do the rest is the idea. So you're gonna park here. You're gonna control from here. You're gonna set this as your target. You're going to set this as your target, and then you're gonna aim at it. Then you are going to set this as your target. Control from here. Aim at your target. This is so easy. And look, he even changes his aim to make sure he's aimed at the right thing. I love that. And let's get these guys rotated in a reasonable way next to each other. Turn our RCS on to get aimed perfectly. And get the docking on. Let's actually see the docking happen. Aimed basically perfectly. Can't really complain about our aim there. Everything is zeroed. Everything's lined up because the two docking ports are set to target each other. 3 meters away. Slow down a little bit for the last couple meters. Do it at 1 decimeter per second. And boom, look at that. Perfect docking. Just kissed him. Love it. Okay, now we need to turn on crossfeed here because I turned it off. And then we need to, I never really set up the pumping on this. I probably should have. Turn the pump on. Set him to 13 as well. Turn his pump on. Set him to 12, I guess. Turn his pump on. And we've now refilled this guy. These should be empty. They are. That means we can ditch them. But we really don't need to until we're leaving. So we'll wait. Why leave trash in space? We might even be able to attach him to this thing. Let's actually try this. I was going to end the episode, but might as well do this part first. This will be fun. Go ahead and hop out. Let's go ahead and hit I. We don't need these. So let's attach them to the top of this. Oh, no, we won't be able to because the engineer won't be there to take them off. So what we need to do is attach them to this docking port so he can undock them. That's amusing. It is doable. And you know what? He could do it all at the time. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and put this here. Oh, he can't. No, wait, he might be able to do that. Let's take this and put it here. By the way, yeah. If you think this is cheating, you're absolutely right. I have edited my configs that allows me to have far more reach and far longer reach and far easier grabbing, I guess is the right word for it. These actually haven't been used yet. I could have put this on the top. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do this. Then put this down here. Because these, I mean, they're decouplers. We actually didn't end up needing them, but they are decouplers. So let's go ahead and put this here. We don't need these guys. Let's just put it on the bottom of this guy for now. Then we can take this decoupler and put it on top like this. And then put this guy on it. Yep. And then this guy can go here. And then these guys, one by one, can go here. And here. And then put this guy here as well. And yeah, go ahead and hit I, and then hit B. No, yeah, board anyway. And then when we do this next time, we can kick this off with, let's see, this guy is right there. It's this guy right here. So we need him to be in his own little stage right here. And then, oh, another thing, Raffo, hop on out. You need to repack. Oh, that's funny. We got a fairing on this thing now. Not a big deal. You need to repack his chutes, which amusingly, even though you can do all that construction, I don't think you can repack the chutes from here. No, you can't. So go ahead and let's do this. Get close to those chutes. Where are they? There they are. Oh, you don't have to get that close. Repack and repack, because we're going to need those on the way back down. I just realized I could have made this mission even cheaper. Because I'm bringing those chutes back up, and then we're leaving them here when we go home. I could have put those chutes on the main ship on the way home. And done that, which would have been amusing. Okay, so next time we're going to disconnect these two again and dump this stuff into the atmosphere of Duna as we visit Cydunia. We visited something shiny this episode. We'll do Cydunia next time and then come home. I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.